Hello beautiful people of the internet, and welcome to another episode of Black Sheep Blog. I'm Juice, and today we're going to be diving into my Blackout Archer and Olive bullet journal. I'm super excited because I filled my Archer and Olive Blackout journal to the rim. It is a thick baby, so I hope you guys enjoy. This is the Archer and Olive Blackout journal that I ended up using. I have an entire review of this Archer and Olive Blackout journal that is on my channel, so make sure you go check that out after this video. I actually ran out of pages in my Blackout journal for April, so that was not fun, but it was actually a little fun because I got to move into my new bullet journal, which I have a whole video on, which I will link down in the description. I am super excited to be going through my Blackout journal. As you can see, it is pretty thick, so we are going to be having a lot of fun going through that. And I feel like I have a lot more to say in my bullet journal than rather my sketchbooks, just because when I'm doing my sketchbooks, I just kind of throw everything out to paper, and when I'm in my bullet journal, everything's a little more planned and precise. But yeah, let's get into it. Just so you guys know, I did do an entire review of this Blackout journal, so if you want to go check that out, it will be linked in the description, so do not worry. But just starting off, I have my simple key here and my website. I didn't end up using these pages, but I wish I did, so I ended up using them in my next bullet journal. Here is my future log. I kept everything simple and plain just for the setup because it was my setup and I didn't want to go crazy. My 6-month review that I really liked and I did in my next bullet journal. My goals that we were not specific enough but were very fun to look back on. Here's my word of the year. If you guys saw my sketchbook tour, you will know where this is from. I didn't do a word of the year in my next bullet journal, but I did like it for that one. Here's kind of a self-love, self-reflection page. I don't know if any of you guys know about the Strengths Quest test. I did it in high school, a part of my leadership minor, and I kind of really loved everything about it, and so I wanted to keep a little piece of that in my bullet journal so that I know what my strengths are going into whatever project I'm trying to hunt down. Here is my monthly memories. I didn't tape this one in, but I probably will. Oops, it's falling out. I did some spreads that were focused on my car as well as my business, so I kind of just brainstormed ideas, and my Uniposco pen exploded everywhere, so that was fun. Let me know if you guys have any problems with your Uniposco pens down below, because after I think a while they just don't work anymore. I don't know if that's just me, but I did a dream tracker and a health reward that I completely neglected. This was my last semester in undergrad, so I kind of dedicated a spread to that as far as like memory keeping and being organized with my week. I put together this spread on my YouTube channel that will be linked down in the description as well, so if you want to see that come to life, go ahead and check that out below. This was a lifesaver spread when I was trying to keep track of grad school as well as like passing my classes for my last semester. So this was a really helpful spread and I'm glad I did it. Moving into January, I kind of did this drippy theme. I did Respect the Drip Karen. If you have never seen those Vines or TikToks, I don't know exactly which ones. I'm pretty sure they're Vines, they're kind of old. It's just this guy who dresses up in all these crazy things and yells "Respect the Drip Karen" to his stepmom. But yeah, so I just did a vertical layout there. My mood tracker was kind of this crazy slime looking thing, but it looked cool at the end. I did a regular habit tracker. gratitude log, monthly task, and moving into my first weekly. I didn't really like these vertical layouts, so I did try to change it as often as I could throughout the weeks to see what worked best. Here was my attempt at the health tracker. I did fill out the health tracker, but I was too lazy to punch in the numbers at the end, and then I just did a reflection of the month. Moving into February, I did just this very simple, girly, like color polka dot theme that I didn't really stick to that much, but I did a self-love kind of spread. Tried the vertical layouts again with the weather and my habits at the top, as well as some habits at the bottom, but I don't know if I liked it too well, so I tried this. This one was a lot more fun. I had seen somebody do this on YouTube. I'll try to find it down in the comments. Here's me trying to get back to that polka dot theme. More fun. Oh, here's my monthly task list, and my mood tracker was just some hearts and polka dots everywhere. My health tracker, that I really liked this health tracker a lot more than the first month, but I still never punched it back in the front of my journal, so I didn't do that in my next journal. My monthly reflection, where my pen ran out at the very end, and I was so happy. Here's my March setup. I did an entire spread on how this came together and how it ended, but you guys can check that out with the links below. This one did not work for me at all, so RIP. Here's April. I wasn't really a fan of this spread for monthly spread, but I think I did a really good job reviving myself with this spread. The next page, I tried to incorporate as many fun little strings as I possibly could, or simple tags. This was supposed to be my mood tracker, and I didn't really stick to it, but I did like the idea and concept of it. I did my first quarantine playlist. I thought that was kind of cool. More collab. This one I put a pin in, and I thought that was super fun. Did more. This was actually a clothing tag that I kind of stuck in there and cut. And yeah, this was the end of April. And moving on into this was everything that was not a monthly. So I actually worked from the back up when I used the back of my journal. But yeah, so this was some story pitches. I didn't get to use this as much as I wanted to because I kind of made it at the end of the beginning of April. I did this for a project. This was a midterm project for a literature class. This was me trying to keep track of places I applied. This was my spring break plans that got completely canceled because of Corona. Cleaning spread that I didn't really fill out too much. This was just kind of like a memory spread for my undergrad. I wrote a blog post about this, so I decided to keep it how it was. This was me trying to art journal in my bullet journal, but I don't think I really finished it. Here's are just some definitions. Memory spread of Museum of Graffiti. Depop listings, books to ship, more homework. This was going to be a Corona cancellation memory spread, but I didn't even finish it. More homework, more homework. This was my review that I did for the Blackout journal. More definitions, more homework, more definitions, more definitions. This was my blog trackers, so what I did on social media and what I actually posted. Another memory spread, more definitions. Depop trackers, what I listed, what I sold. This is more memory spreads. Florida, I have a blog post written on this as well. Here's blog notes and business plan. Emotion tracker, this one was fun. Plant tracker. Have more definitions. Savings, blog to-do list. Monthly challenges, I didn't even end up going through with that. Not at least when March hit, I stopped. Movies I watched a lot more, I just haven't updated it either. Observation spread, more definitions. Books that I've heard about that I want to read, more definitions. All of these are definitions. This is me trying to figure out what to do on Procreate, as well as stuff to do in my bullet journal. I have my period tracker that I didn't use, and then this is also just a cold sore log. This was when did I last, but I didn't really stick to this one as much. These were like long-term goals. Finished product spread, I also have to update this. This was need and want, but I ended up messing up the very first line on the need, so that was not fun. Museums I've been to and museums I want to visit. I am a big museum lover. These were just things that I have done that aren't considered museums, but I still want to note down, and then these were things that I was looking into doing. More Depop listings, and then just theme ideas that I want to use throughout my bullet journal. And again, I didn't use this last page. I just have this sticker here that I think is for those, I forgot what they're called, journals, but they're the cheaper, not cheaper, but they definitely cost way less than the Archer and Olives. But I'll link it down below so that you guys can get that. And then I also in here just have a lot of random things like scrapbooks. That was when I was doing my April. These I think were from like AliExpress or Etsy. I'm not too sure. Some tickets as well as tags, business cards, more stickers, you know, fun paint stuff, and just flyers. So a lot of just random miscellaneous stuff that I just kind of shoved in there that's kind of good to look back on. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my Blackout bullet journal flip through. I hope you enjoyed, and definitely check out my sketchbook tour as well. Thank you.